Bangladesh affairs analyst Hasan Mahmud. He's also a professor of sociology at Northwestern University in Qatar. Welcome to you, Hasan. So, it looks like there's been a huge effort to ensure free and fair elections. That's what were promised by the interim leader. But if we go back to the protest, 2024, the protesters were calling for democracy, among other things, and they wanted an end to government corruption. Do you think the two leading parties, whichever one gets in, will be able to deliver that?
Thank you for having me. And that's a wonderful, that's an excellent question, because that's what is the hope that is driving the nation today. And if you look at the news media as well as alternative news outlets, you see that the entire nation is almost like celebrating the country, the day as a national festival day, because they are hopeful, they are positive, and they trust whoever candidate they are voting for, whichever party and their coalition they are choosing as to run the country after this interim government. So both coalitions, they offered a lot of positive changes. They offered boosting economy. They offered to control corruption and rebuild institutions in such a way that corruption will eventually be systematically controlled. However, it is time to, we still have to wait until how they perform. But at this moment, I think most people in Bangladesh and those like myself living abroad, we are just enjoying the moment. We are just enjoying this historical event of a free and fair election in which everyone is able to participate, and they're participating with excitement.
Yeah, as you brilliantly explained there, emotions are high. Everyone sees a perfect possible future for Bangladesh at the moment, but soon reality is going to bite. The new government will come in, whoever it is, and they're going to inherit a struggling economy, high inflation. How hard is it going to be to turn that around?
That's the real concern. But at this point, as I'm saying, the government, whichever party is going to form the government, it is going to be a party backed by majority people, So this government is going to listen to people. It is going to be accountable to the people, and it will change courses if necessary. So in that case, I think the government is going to get full support from its supporters as well as like other people in the country. And that's why however formidable or challenging the task is, I'm pretty sure that the government will be able to deliver. It might be a matter of like few days to few months or maybe few years, but eventually we are very much hopeful.
I really want to get realistic on this, because I hear the promise that you're talking about, and you say protesters will be patient. I've seen this just happen in the UK, a huge mandate for the party taking over, Labour. How quickly things turned around when supporters got frustrated with reality. And these protesters, they know how to overthrow a government. They've done it. Do you think that if things don't go the way they want, they will be patient, or will they exercise that power again?
There is a difference, though. I think it is generational. It is not just in Bangladesh. Across the world, we saw people, young generations, we often call Gen Z. They are kind of like patient with slow development in terms of expanding economic opportunities for them. So Bangladesh is no exception. The challenge is still there. However, what I makes me hopeful is the way the Gen Z or the young generation react to the government activities as well as the promises and how they deliver. In that case, the risk is there. Of course, I must admit that the risk is there, because people they have been expecting a government of their own almost 2 years after the ousting of Sheikh Hasina. So they will likely be impatient, but at the same time they will also be realistic, as like most of these young generation, they are educated, they have access to alternative media, and they have access to global trends, and that's why I think if the government is able to, communicate with this population as well as, get feedback from them and explore opportunities inside and outside of the country, I think there might be some, some doable solution. There might be some, positive changes. The thing is, what I try to emphasize here is that something is going to happen which is new to Bangladesh, which never happened in at least last 2 decades. So that makes me kind of like, think about the challenges. However, the challenge is big, but the solution that might come out as a synergic, approach between the government and people that it governs. So in that way, I still want to be hopeful.
Hasan, it was really genuinely fascinating to get your assessment. Thanks so much for coming on. My guest, Hasan Mahmud, Bangladesh Affairs Analyst.